Do you need a fast and easy way of checking student understanding? You should consider using categorizing grids. They might be just what you're looking for. Let's check in with a friend of mine, Aaron. So, Aaron is an onboarding instructor at a distribution center. Aaron spends the first week with the new hires, introducing them to the warehouse work environment, including the policies, standard work processes, and even how to operate forklifts. The students come out of the course proficient operating forklifts and able to analyze the work environment for potential safety hazards within 5 days. How can Aaron be sure the learners understand and are ready to work on the DC operations floor in such a short period of time? Aaron tells us that he needed a tool that provided a glimpse into how learners problem solved and analyzed the things around them and the rules they used to categorize and encode the information in their environment. By making these implicit sorting rules explicit, the learners and Aaron would have more control over what is remembered, how it is remembered, and how well it can be recalled. Aaron had 5 goals. He wanted to help the learners develop their analytical skills, make reasonable inferences from their observations, improve their memory, develop appropriate study skills, strategies, and habits, recall the terms, facts, theories, and images learned in the onboarding course. Aaron found an informal assessment called Categorizing Grid Cat 8. Cat 8 is quick and easy to prepare, takes very little time for the students to respond to, and makes it easy to analyze the data that is collected. Due to Cat 8's simplicity, it can be adapted to most disciplines. It's useful for classes of all sizes and is particularly helpful for assessing skills used for introductory level courses, which sounded great for Aaron. Categorizing grids are easy to prepare, having 3 components. The first component is the superordinate concepts. These are the categories that you'll sort the different items into. The items come on a randomized list. They're called subordinate terms, theories, equations, and images. And then finally, a timer and some paper and pens. This activity can be done in real time using Mentimeter as well as an alternate option. So how do you use a Cat 8? Aaron uses categorizing grids at the end of each day and again in the morning. Aaron hands out the randomized list of subordinate items, a blank piece of paper, and pens. He then tells the learners to divide the blank paper into 3 columns. They will have 1 minute to sort the 40 items into the 3 columns after he gives them the titles of the columns. No talking is allowed until after the timer rings. Aaron writes the titles of the columns onto the overhead. One of them's policies, another's procedures, and the final one is safety as a superordinate concepts, and starts the timer. After collating the results, Aaron goes over each item. He pretends that he is sorting the items himself by talking through his thoughts out loud. After speaking out loud, he asks the students if what he had said was how they had analyzed the item. The students will either agree or will say no, and then Aaron gives them an opportunity to elaborate. This gives Aaron insight into the students' analytical skills and makes them step back and think about the implicit sorting rules that they use to make their decisions. Aaron asks them open ended questions and, if required, can influence their sorting rules towards a rational inference of the item if the student had originally sorted it incorrectly. Items sorted into 2 columns are called fence straddlers and promote group discussion to decide which column they should actually end up in as one column, one item. Any terms on the subordinate list that aren't sorted into any of the concepts are a good indicator that the learners weren't confident or ran out of time analyzing the item and provides a checkpoint to verify for understanding. If a term or theory is sorted incorrectly by the majority of the learners, this is an opportunity to adjust the lesson plan that covered that challenging topic. These nuances give Aaron the opportunity to influence the trajectory of the course, focusing on what the learners are struggling with. Using categorizing grids Cat 8, Aaron is confident that the students have the skills and knowledge needed for their role after the 5 day course. Categorizing grids can potentially become a memory test, where the learner puts the term in a category because that is what the instructor told them to do. Aaron tells us if you think this is happening, you can scaffold the defining features matrix, which is actually Cat 9, on top of Cat 8 in a follow up lesson to ensure learners are understanding the relationships in each superordinate concept. Some of his students had mentioned the advantages that they found. Juliana mentioned that while studying, she now makes up questions that are that a learner would likely ask her if she was the instructor, and then answers her own questions. This has helped her entrench information faster. Cognitive theorists call this interrogative elaboration. It helps learners develop their memory skills. Claudia pointed out that she really appreciated when images were used in the subordinate list. Hearing the word while seeing the image that represents the information is called dual coding. Some best practices that Aaron has found are use a timer to simulate the time pressure that is normal on the work floor, making the actual training and assessment much more accurate and relevant to what their real job looks like. Then incorporate relevant images to reap the benefits of dual coding, helping them memorize things quicker and entrench them faster. Also, instructors should model the interrogative elaboration technique for the learners as they go through each item when they're reviewing the data. The categorization grid 8 turns implicit processes explicit. It is most successful when incorporated into an introductory level course. There is a possibility that the learner is just mimicking the instructor, so use informal assessment category 9 in a follow up lesson to address this. As the instructor, model the interrogative elaboration technique. Also, Cat 8 is very adaptable and is useful in most contexts. It takes little time to prepare, respond to, and glean insight from the results. For more information on Andrew and Cross, the textbook that this technique and Cat 9 are in, or elaboration or dual coding, please check out the references now by pausing the video and you can see where I got the information that I used to develop this video. Otherwise, you can see my journey as I traverse the provincial instructor diploma program over the next year and a half by going to my website blog, thepowerofknowledge.ca, if you are interested in other things that I've learned at the Vancouver Community College. Thank you for your time. This video was created by Dave Clausen, a student in Vancouver Community College's Provincial Instructor Diploma Program. Have a really great day.